With the growing ambiguity and the complexity at work, it is critical that we focus and clear our minds. That in this process, we actually create the opportunity to think more creatively and provide more peaceful, productive ideas in the boardrooms. And many companies are stepping up to lead this mindful initiative. So this month, Ravi and I are choosing to focus on a few of those companies where mindfulness is turning into great results for their people, their products, and their productivity. So on this week's show, we're going to feature a company you've probably heard of before, Google, and the work of Chade-Meng Tang, who created the Search Inside Yourself. Ravi, it is a joy to be with you this morning and talk about the Search Inside Yourself. We've certainly been doing our own work. How are you today?
It is it's an amazing day. I'm excited about this whole month because we're looking at all sorts of different things different companies are doing around mindfulness and what the impact that has. So this one is really interesting. And even though it's as big a company as Google, there, for example, this program, they actually make it available to others as well. So it is something that is...
I got it. Been there, done that. Yeah.
So they have a 2-day program followed by 4 weeks online work. And then you reconnect also with a webinar, I think, afterwards. So, and it's not just mindfulness, but emotional intelligence for well-being. And the key is about getting collaboration, high performance, creative thinking, all of these sort of things.
Well, and what I love about this case study is this was written kind of almost by an engineer for engineers. And we often think about mindfulness has to be for those woo-woo spiritual people who are, that'll work for that kind of company because they're flexible. And yet this program, and I was actually introduced to this book a few years back, actually by a gentleman who was an engineer who said, Holly, if you love this stuff, you really need to check out this book. So if you're sitting there thinking about your company and trying to come up with all the reasons this won't work, I think Google is a great case study to say, if it works for them, why can't we try it? And try it from a place of fun. Chade-Meng Tang, I love his title. It's The Jolly Good Fellow.
Mm-hmm.
He comes about this topic from a really fun and easy, light-filled way. And in the book, he says, I'm not interested in bringing Buddhism to Google. I'm interested in helping people at Google find the key to happiness. And wouldn't all of our workplaces and our lives be better if we could come at it from a place of happiness? And his mindfulness practices, while hint to Buddhism, it's not about religion or spirituality, but it's about creating that search inside to your own inner happiness.
Yeah, and like what we looked at with Etna, there's some the happiness by itself is an amazing end. But the thing is here, we're talking in business, and there are amazing returns for the business. I mean, this program is about teaching leaders tools for focus, for self-awareness, for resilience, and to really, really impact your results. And the fact is it's growing so much. As I say, he was just a Google engineer who came up with this, but now it is an entity to itself. And what he says is, he's part of it. Even meditation is as part of it. He says there's actual payback for that. He says it thickens the brain's cortex, it lowers blood pressure, heals psoriasis apparently, and he's found that it can even get you a promotion in Google and such, just because you're that much more effective. So some of the things that we need to draw from this, it's not exactly tips in the way that our usual shows are. It's learnings from this. Last time we talked about talking with employees about what is mindfulness and why you might want to do it. Here, the insight for me is that you can expand that conversation to start to say, okay, what are their biggest challenges? Not just the technical challenges of the job, but in terms of the stress and so on. And really start saying, okay, what would help? And this starts to expand the conversation to emotional intelligence, how to work better with other people, and so on. So that's my first tip on that.
Well, my tip actually, why I love this book so much is sometimes we get a little heady and a little woo-woo. And in this book, you actually see cartoons. He's got cartoon drawings that illustrate some of these funny things about life and how we almost take life and business too seriously. That I, in terms of introductory books on mindfulness as a CEO, I recommend this one because he does talk about the art of self-motivation and he talks about resilience, but he talks about it in a fun and empathetic way. So that's my takeaway, that if we're going to sit down and have these conversations as CEOs or leaders in our life, that life's too serious. Sometimes we just have to be mysterious and use this book as a way to laugh a little bit about the search inside yourself, because we find funny stuff in there.
God forbid, yes. So those are our first couple of tips. Now, as you know, our power shows are available free every Tuesday. And, sign up for our free power show membership at presentshow.com, and you'll get access to the shows as soon as they come out. And of course, we're going to go in a whole lot deeper on Thursday with our deep dive show, where we're going to go much deeper into what Google is doing and how you can apply that to your own organization. Now, the deep dive shows, of course, are only accessible to our Insiders Club members, who also get a whole range of other articles and resources that we'll have on the presentshow.com. But we will be back next Tuesday for the Power Show viewers. We'll be looking at General Mills, correct, Holly?
Yes, indeed.
All right. So again, let's start off, as Holly said, the biggest tip is grab this book, take a look through, maybe share it with your employees and see where that conversation goes. And for the Insiders Club, we will see you in 2 days.